Many teams have won World Cups, international trophies, but none as Ecuador. Ecuador has not won no cups. They have won the Pan America Games, 2006 and 2007. But is that a World Cup? Is that a international trophy? No, it is not. What? So what are we doing here? Well, this is the start of a new series, a new beginning for Ecuador. What is up, everybody? Angry World Cup Gaming here. We are back, and we're doing something new to my channel. I know. Now, here's one thing I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna be rebuilding Ecuador. I know the intro might seem a little whack or something like that. I apologize. But this is what we're doing. I want to rebuild Ecuador. Now, this was given to me by a viewer. I will possibly put your comment up there. I mean, it is supposed to be a Youth Academy career mode, but I feel like rebuilding a country. I apologize. Rebuilding a country is something I love to do, but I really want to rebuild a country, right? So here's the thing. I was deciding to pick three teams. We either go to England. I know England is like a thing everybody does, but I don't really want to go to England. That's the thing. Why? Um, because I feel like a lot of people go to England, right? And we also have the other country was Germany, but I don't really want to start in League Three. So here's what I want to start in. I want to start in La Liga. I want to start in Spain. Why? Let me explain. So first off, one thing is I would like to shout out DeAndre Williams. Kind of giving me the idea to do this. Now this series will be coming out once in a while. I'm gonna try to edit this series as hard as I can. I'm gonna see what I can do, how we can develop the series, how the thumbnails are gonna look like. It's gonna be something new. Now, let me go ahead and talk about why I picked this team. Now, this team is Oviedo. I don't know what this is, Royal Oviedo. Um, Now, first off, the reason I picked this team is one, you see the kits, all right? You see the kits? The kits, Real Oviedo, my bad. Real Oviedo. You guys see the kits? That's all I have to say. You guys got to see the kits. Now, there's a bunch of teams. I wanted to start in Spain. I could have went with Las Palmas, right? Could have went to AD Alacorcan. But I feel like Oviedo is a team nobody really goes to, and I would like to we're gonna do a rebuild on the team as well, but we're also gonna rebuild the country. All right, y'all get it? So let's get into it. So we're gonna do Real Oviedo. Now the reason I picked Spain was because nobody does Spain. Okay, nobody does Spain. So I feel like we should do Spain. Okay, stadium. I don't think. We could go with the real stadium, but I think we're just gonna go ahead and leave the stadium how it is. It's not gonna be. Now here's the thing. Will I be doing the Nimes career mode? The Nimes career mode, I still will have that, but the Ecuador one will be like once in a while. So whenever you get an episode, is whenever you get that episode. These episodes might take a long time because each episode I'm gonna see if I can do half a season each episode. All right, up to the January transfer window is how we will do each episode. Every transfer that happens, any transfers that happen. All right, I will, think about it. Now I'm not gonna put a financial takeover because I feel like that's kind of cheating, in my opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead. We could put a 10 mil, but I feel like that's kind of cheating, and I don't want to do it. So let's go in and let's go ahead and meet the squad. So this is the team that we're working with. Now, here's one thing I like to talk to y'all about. All of these players will not be on this team. Even this potential player, they will all not be on this team. One thing is, I will be transfer listing all of these players. Yes, all of these players will have to be transfer listed. The reason is we're only going to be using so first off, yes, we're going to be using the Youth Academy. Now let's hope that we're going to use this Youth Academy. I don't know, but we're going to go ahead and start with Ecuador. Of course, we're only going for Ecuador. We're only going for players from Ecuador and stuff like that. Now, here's what we should do. For the first 3 months, I'm going to look for myself. What should we do? I do really want, we got to focus on one position, and I feel like a goalkeeper is really useful, but I think I want to go with any so we can get all these players. But let's go ahead and put goalkeeper. I think we got to go for a goalkeeper because I don't know any goalkeeper Ecuador players at the time. So that's what we'll do. We won't waste our money or anything. So here's one thing. If we have anybody in the Youth Academy from Ecuador, we will be using them. Now here's the thing. None of these players are from Ecuador. So they all are leaving this club. That's how it's going to go. And yeah, so a good way to start out is I feel like there's a bunch of players out here we can literally sign to Ecuador. I mean, there's the 28 overall right here. Like I'm gonna like possibly just go ahead and do all this like the players that don't have faces. Maybe these goalkeepers might have to be signed, but you're gonna see the signings. If I do end up signing them, I mean, these are the players we're going to have to use for like free agents because, I put literally everybody on the transfer list. There's also a bunch of real life players we can use, but I just want to focus on Ecuador, and that's what we're going to focus on. I feel like this is more of a harder league to do as well. I mean, we got to win. There's also the International Cup, but I do not care about it as well. So that's another thing. No Ecuador players in here. I know I should have started with a team of Ecuador players, but trust me, I know what I'm going to be doing for this. I got myself a little plan. So, yeah, I'll see you, that's one thing. So, and we do make many deals. We do make money deals, as we could sign Wellington Ramirez from Independent del Valle. Now, this club has a couple Ecuador players that I want to sign for this career mode. Now, I'm planning to use Wellington Ramirez. Now, here's what I plan to do. I'm planning to use him, and I'm gonna call. I already called back the goalkeeper for the scouts. All right. So we don't have any goalkeeper scouts going on. All right. So he wants a release clause. I'm gonna deny the release clause because we need Wellington, and I want him to be the best Ecuador player for a best goalkeeper they have at the moment. So we're gonna go ahead and give the wage for 4,000. I think that'd be good. Can we sign Wellington Ramirez? We signed Wellington Ramirez in a good deal right there. There you go, our first transfer that we make that's really gonna really benefit us. But yeah, I want to sign Steven Plaza. Steven Plaza is another player we can really work with. He's gonna be something. So let's take a look. So I did end up signing all of these guys. As you guys, we signed Luis Condira for a striker. He is 28 years old, but we could still use him into the squad. We also signed Angel Angel Morenzo. I mean, that's a good transfer as well. He's going to be staying into the squad. And we also signed Mateo Ferreira. I'm planning to make one of these guys a right mid though, because they really wouldn't work with the squad. I mean, if you think about it, they really wouldn't work with the squad. Now, most of the squad is gone, and I'm thinking of not selling any more players, so I don't have to really have any injuries reserves. Now, here's how it's gonna work. I sold a lot of players during the time of this recording. All right. So first off, we gotta make Lorenzo a right mid. So that's what I'm gonna be planning to do. I gotta do this young training stuff as well. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here I gotta really do. First off, Wellington Ramirez, he's gonna be the player we're really gonna be working on. I'm gonna work on my weak foot. I really gotta work on my weak foot. So we get that up. The next player we're gonna be talking about, he is also. I thought I sold this guy. Alright, so I'm gonna be re-signing most of these guys as well, like the team players, so we can have them for next season as well. So this is another guy, Morenzo. Now this is the guy I was talking about. I need to make a right mid. We can make him a right mid, but that'll take a while. But a right winger wouldn't take a while. So we're gonna make Morenzo. Oh no, Morenzo isn't the one who's gonna be a right winger. It's Ferrero. I believe it's Ferrero. We're gonna make him a right mid. 2 weeks. That's what I want. Ferrero to right mid, and I'm gonna make Angel Morenzo. We're gonna go ahead and just train him as well because we need these not Young Academy players, but we need these Ecuador players. They're not gonna be good, but we do this. They will help with the team. It's not gonna be bad. They will help with the team. I mean, there's a bunch of Ecuador players out there. We could low-key just sign right now. I mean, we have the money for some of them, but most of these players won't leave. I mean, if I do want them to leave, most of these players are on loan anyways. So I'm starting literally all of my Ecuador players. So we have a couple players. I mean, it is not bad. We have a couple players, but we need to sign more players. And I don't have any players in mind. I mean, I have 10 mil to work with, or 8 mil if I'm not mistaken, right? I have 15 mil actually. See, and I do get transfer offers, but I do not want to accept them. Now, Young Academy here, what am I gonna do? Should I hire a new scout? We can go ahead and hire a new scout, but I think we're gonna go ahead and keep my current scout. I mean, I'm willing to waste 4 mil, but I think we're gonna go ahead and keep our scout, and we're gonna go ahead and just go back to Ecuador. I just wasted money. Yes, I know I wasted money on going to this to there. So I really want our. You know what? I think we're gonna go ahead and go for some defensive-minded players, so we can get the defensive-minded players really up. I mean, that's one thing we can really work with. That can help with the squad. And that's really one thing we can work with. Now, looking into the squad, I don't know what to really rebuild. We could low-key look for my a good what's a player position we could look for. I think a left mid wouldn't really be bad, but a center defending mid that could be good. There's a bunch of players from Ecuador that actually have potential, but they're not like it's not great potential. There's one center defending mid I am really looking my eye on. It is really something. But let's see if I'm able to sign him. If in the next clip, maybe I'll sign him. Let's see. And another player is in the books as we signed Casiano from Brighton, another player, and this is a good wonder kid to go with. Now, I also signed another one as well. We also signed Jose Cifuentes. Now, this is a center defending mid. We signed him from LA Galaxy. I wasn't able to play the clip, but we signed Casiendo from Brighton. These are the 3 transfers. I think we're going to go ahead and just stop from doing transfers. I think we're done with doing transfers as well. You know, our youth development signed 2 players for 20 years old with great potential. Get a streak. We got to do these fan objectives as well. We have to fight for promotion. So my goal is actually just trying to make for promotion. I don't care if we win the league or not, but if we fight for promotion, then that'll be good. Now let me go ahead and showcase the team now, since we made a couple transfers. First off, since we signed Cifuentes is actually going to start. I mean, I don't mind. He's going to start. We're starting over Oscar. I mean, we could go ahead and put Cifuentes right here, and then we can go ahead and lay him a little bit down. I mean, we could also make Cifuentes a center back if you think about it, because Cifuentes could, I mean, we can make Cifuentes good as well. All right, I feel like we can make these players great as well, but that's one thing we could talk about. So we're going to go into a little bit more of simulating. And we also were able to make Mateo Ferrero into a right mid. And I think we can make him to that 29 weeks. So that's a good thing. Ferrero into the to the 67th overall. And we also are getting into our first league game as well into this simulation. I mean, this is the squad we're going to be showcasing. We're going to start Cifuentes. I want to start him at a center back. So Cifuentes will start as a center back later on into the career mode. But I think we're right now we're going to play him at the midfielder. I am training him to play a center back. So let's get into the game. I'll show you guys the highlights. Let's go ahead and show you guys the highlights. There we go. We're starting in. We're getting in. This is how we start our Ecuador career mode. And here we go. Let's get into this. How does the results end up? Lorenzo looking for opportunity, passes it to Candera, the Ecuadorian striker we signed, and he's all over. He's all up to the pass, and he gets us the first goal for Real Oviedo. And that's how we're going to start our Ecuador save. We need our opportunities made. And he gets our first goal for the series. That's one special goal, really, as we get it up to 1-0 of Real Oviedo. Well, this is the road to Ecuador success. Ecuador, we're going to win you a World Cup one day. We really need to win that World Cup soon. And it looks like UD Almeria open for opportunity, and they end up scoring the goal. Literally as the halftime has started, UD Almeria scores the goal. We just started the halftime break as well. They scored a goal into our game, for our debut for this team. Like, what a goal for UD Almeria. But can we get the equalizer and go ahead and get the win, though? That's the real question here. Can we get that win? as we're looking for some opportunity. Casiendo passing it to Ferrero, the right mid. We just made a right mid, and Ferrero, oh, almost scoring that goal right there, but that didn't work for us. Alex Santella is running with it, but can we get the ball back? And it looks like UD El Mario knows what they're doing. They're really trying to get this win, this tie though. We really need to get the W here. Can we get the W? We get the ball stolen. Naul Condaria gets the ball. He's open once again. And Condaria, he gets the goal. Condaria gets the second goal of the matchup. He gets the lead up for Real Oviedo. Well, that gets us the lead. Can that goal really succeed, or will UD Almeria be able to score another goal? We come back with another comeback. Well, let's see. And it looks like opportunity was almost made right there. And opportunity was made right there for Sadiq. An opportunity right there. Wasn't able to get that full possession on camera. But that was a good goal. But that really could screw us over from getting the W right here. I don't know what happened right there with our defense. But it was really sloppy right there. As UD Almeria gets the goal. I mean, we needed that right there. We needed that save right there. I don't know what happened with our defense. Where was our defense? Matter of fact, where was the offsides? Was that an offsides? That was a clear offsides right there. But it wasn't called. Well, there it goes. That might be the end of our lead right there. This might be the ending of our game right here. But it looks like the defense is right there for Sloppy. It's Sloppy right there. And we do end up getting the win right there. Real Oviedo gets the win. The Ecuador save is coming to a win. Or we're coming to the rebuild. I don't even know what to say, but we do end up getting those 3 points right here, getting this goal right here, and we end up winning the match, I believe. Well, there you go. And there you go. We end up the match with a 2-3. What a game right here. Was a crazy game for us, but we still have a lot of promise to fulfill for this team. There was a lot of players out there, but remember, those players that we have signed are the most important players into the squad. And a position swap that we really would help us as we make Jose Cifuentes into a 70, not a 70 overall, but into a center back. He'll be playing center back from now on. That's what I decided to make him, make Jose Cifuentes do. So that's one thing we have done right now. As we're in the second month, in the next game, our second game of the season, I decided we're gonna go ahead and quick sim the game, and we end up with the draw against CF Fuenlabrada. As we get up to our third match into the season, we were facing UD Las Palmas, and we get the draw as well. We didn't score any goals in this game as well, so that's a real bummer. But that does get us into the end of the transfer window, and we also are getting our monthly scout report as well, as we're going to get into it. Now, these are the players that we have been suggested. We have Andres Cordo, which I'm going to sign and go ahead and sign. Now, Salinas has a potential of a 71. I'm going to reject him. And we have Martin Nunes, which I will be rejecting as well. These guys don't have any great or anything special, but we should really check out our youth academy, as we have Andres Cordero, the right back. This man we can make him something special, but we should really focus on him to get his overalls up. I mean, sometimes those young academy players don't end up to be good, but sometimes they can end up being good, great. You never know. But we are at the end, and let me go ahead and I'm not trying to make this realistic or anything, but we do have the transfer history. We have Rodri, we have Jorero, let's just go ahead and see the players we sold. We sold a lot of players right here, as you guys could see. These are all the players that have left this club, because first off, this is only Ecuador players. Those are all the players we have sold this season. I'm not going to be selling any more players, because we're still going to need more players to have into the squad. Now, the players that we ended up buying Cifuentes, Ramirez, and we got 3 free agent players as well, and we also got Casiero as well. These were the only players we have signed for this transfer window. We will make more transfers by the January transfer window in the next episode, but We should really. Now, I decided that for these series, we're gonna go ahead and play one game for each month. I think that'll be fair. I will play the best team possibly for that month. And yeah, so you'll be getting 5 games perhaps possibly in this episode. But yeah, let's get into some simulation as well. As first off, as we have a game against FC Cartagena, and I decided for the month of the, I forget what month this is, but we ended up losing against them, which wasn't a really good offer, a really good way to get this. It's not really good for us, but our next game will be against Malaga, which we will end up playing. So let's go ahead and get into the game, and let's see what happens as I play this game against Malaga CF. This matchup really would help us if we get the 3 points. It would help us really with the table, as we've been really having a really tough way to start this season. But in this game, we better hope that we concede 3 points and go ahead and get through this season. As Casiendo, and he gets the opportunity. As we were about to enter halftime, it took us almost the first half to get us our first goal against Malaga. Malaga has been playing a lot of possession during this game against me. I mean, I would show the full game, but I feel like showing the full game would be long, and that would be really a lot of commitment right there. But Casiendo getting the goal, what a goal right there. He was ready for the opportunity. He was making a lot of opportunities during this game as well. Casiendo getting us the lead for sure. The man we signed from Brighton. We signed him from Brighton, a really good transfer. What else can this kid get us into? What else? As we're trying to get another goal over here. Johnson gets us another goal, and we're up 0-2. We're up, and he gets us the goal, but I believe he is not an Ecuadorian player, but it doesn't matter as well. As long as we're getting goals and we're winning, that matters. That really matters as long as we're winning the game. That opportunity right there against Malaga helps us succeed, helps us advance, because we really need these points to get up in the table. We have to fight for promotion. That is our goal in Real Oviedo. We're going through as well, and Ferrero passes it right there, and it leads into a penalty right there into our squad. A penalty really helps us at Real Oviedo. But what a penalty, an unexpected penalty right there. I apologize for my mix of words and anything like that, but a penalty really helps us right now. And it looks like Condaria, it looks like he's going to go ahead and score this penalty. And he does end up getting the penalty for us. Real Oviedo are up 3-0 now. Malaga have been really struggling in this game against us. Those 3 points look really secure now, as we end up getting the penalty done. Malaga, we're up against Malaga 3-0. And it looks like another goal. It might be able to be here against Malaga. We are really trying to get this other goal here, as we're passing it. And Correa, and another goal. Condaria gets us another goal. We are up 4-0 now. And that, it looks like a wrap. It looks like a wrap for Malaga. We get 4 goals here, and that goal really means something for us. Malaga are up. I apologize. Real Oviedo are up 4-0 at this point. And as the game ends up 0-4, we end up getting our 3 points. This could help us with the league table. We really need promotion this season. I really want to get this team to La Liga by the second season. That is my goal for this team. But we end up with the 4-0 result, and that is a good way for this month's game. So that's one good thing. Up next, Rayo Vallecano is our next game. As you guys can see, Cifuentes has went up, and overall he's up to a 70 overall at the moment. But we're going to go ahead and quick sim this game, and we end up with the result of no goals, and Nahel ended up with an injury right there. That's really going to hurt us. As we are looking into our Youth Academy, Marcos Salcedo is the only guy I'm looking at right here that we have to sign with the 92 potential, as Carrizo has to go, but Salcedo is the one guy we're going to have to go ahead and perhaps sign for the squad. I mean, he possibly might not be great, but he is a 45, which it's not going to work for us. It's not going to cut it right there. So we're gonna have to keep him in the youth academy for a while. But maybe we could make him a center back as well. Maybe that the overall would possibly go up if we make him into a center back. We'll see what happens when we do make him into a center back. But before I continue, this is my final game for September, and we're gonna go ahead and quick sim it. And we ended up with the result of a 2-2 draw against Porfandina. Another draw right there. We have our next game against Mirandes. So we're gonna have to keep going with these games slowly and slowly. We're gonna go ahead and quick sim it. We are into the next month, as we're in the next month, and we end up with a loss. We haven't won any simulations at the moment, but up next, we have a game against Real Zaragoza, and we're going to go ahead and quick sim this as well. And we end up with a loss, another loss. It's not going to be it's not helpful for us if we keep. As we are in the next game of October, we're facing RCD Espanyol. I'm going to be playing this game as well, so we're going to get into this game as well. Let's go ahead and check out how the game ended up for us. As we're going to get into our first home game into this episode, we are facing Espanyol, RCD Espanyol. We have not faced Espanyol yet, and they are in first place. So if we get the win here, this would really help us. But I don't know if it will help us to get in promotion slot. We need to get into a promotion. We're not even in the top 10. We need to get to the top 10. We are in 12th place with 10 points. We got to win this game. Let's go ahead and see how we end up doing in this game. And it looks like we're trying to get opportunity right here as Ferrero. He passes to Ferrero, who passes it to Casiendo. Casiendo passes it right there. And looks like, wait a minute, a penalty has been conceded right there. A penalty, this penalty might mean something, but we got to really check out what the penalty is, because I don't know what the penalty is. What happened here? And I don't understand what just happened. I do not understand, but a penalty is a penalty, guys. And we're going to take these penalties. Penalties is what we need. We need to get this penalty done. We need to get the lead. If we get the lead, and we end up with the lead, Carderia gets another goal into La Liga Smart Bank. This man, every time we have played with this man, he always gets us the goal. He has scored in every game, I believe. And this is the first goal he gets against Espanyol. And there you go. The first goal has been made. And we are up against Espanyol. And as we're trying to get opportunity, this game has not been entertaining until now. We score our second goal against Espanyol. This whole game hasn't really been a real entertaining game. There's not many clips, you know. All you will see is ball possession after ball possession after ball possession. But we finally make a goal. It's been a while since I finally made a goal in this game. Or we finally make a legit goal as we get the goal against our wonder kid from Brighton, Casiendo. The wonder kid from Brighton, the kid we needed. And there you go. He gets us the second goal into the matchup against Espanyol. It took us a real while just to get that goal. And we are up 2-0 now. The game ends as we end up with the 2-0 result. Not a really anticipating game, but we did end up getting 2 goals out of it. It took us a real while. This game wasn't really interesting, in my opinion, to really show you guys any highlights. But there you go, another win for us, and that gets us into our 3rd win into the season. As we have another game on the 18th place team. Now, I want to try out this one strategy. Maybe if we make Edgar go down a little bit, we could possibly make him into a center defending mid for this game. And let's see how this ends up for him. And maybe we could get a good result. Maybe we'll get the win, because we haven't gotten any wins off simulations. We end up getting draws like this, but we did end up doing good. So Condiria gets us 2 goals. Well, let's go ahead and keep on simulating this month of October. As we get back from our Youth Academy import, and I'm going to accept all of these guys. I mean, they all do not look good. Their potentials might be bad. Maybe I'm going to reject this guy. I'm going to reject this guy. I think I'm just going to sign Christian Sosa. I don't think those are going to be good ways for our Youth Academy to really build. But another thing I want to do is maybe hire a new scout and get us off. We have the money for 4 million. We have done a lot of budgeting. We're gonna go ahead and fire this one, because I think it is time to get ourselves a new scout and maybe look for some attackers or something like that. We're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna go ahead and look for a 3-month plan. We're gonna go and see if we can go and get some attackers, and see if that could really help us for our journey. But let's go ahead and check out this Christian Sosa. Christian Sosa is a 49 overall. As you guys can see, our players haven't really improved. I mean, I could go ahead and try to sign. Maybe we could sign Marcos Salcedo, and maybe we could send him on a loan for the season. I am planning to do that, and I feel like we should do that. So I'm going to go ahead and sign Salcedo into the squad, and maybe we'll keep Christian Sosa into here. Maybe, you know what? We could perhaps go ahead and send him on a loan as well. And let's see how that ends up going. So I'm going to go ahead and sign these two, and we're going to offer them into the loan list. Yeah, I know these are the two players I just signed. They are part of our Youth Academy. I know it's a really bad idea of me doing this, but trust me, I think this loan glitch could possibly help us and get our overalls up. Let's go ahead and see what happens when we send them on loan. If we get any loan deals, I will get you guys up to date if we do get any loan deals. But at the moment, these are the new two players from Ecuador. Let's go ahead and continue into the simulation. And we have a next game against Logrones, and we're going to go ahead and quick sim this game as well. Can we get the win? We end up getting another draw, and I've been getting really ticked off about draws. Every game I've played, we've gotten wins, but we haven't got any losses or draws. I apologize for showing you guys the screen. And up next, we do have another game against Sporting. And I think I'm going to do ahead and do what I said I did last time. And maybe see if we can get another draw. I mean, another draw would really help us. Can we get the draw? We're going to go ahead and quick sim it. And we end up with the win. We finally win on simulation. Let's go. We beat Sporting. Third place team. That's good for us. Let's go ahead and continue the simulation and see on our next game. Our next game is against Sabadell as we get into the month of November. Now, I think the thing we said about Edgar, we're going to go ahead and keep doing that for each game to start off. Because if we keep doing that, we're going to go ahead and possibly win more games like you guys just saw. So we're going to go ahead and do this, quick simming this game, and we end up with a draw. I will take a draw as long as we're not losing. As we have a game against Girona, we might struggle, as you guys could see. Salcedo is low key. I don't know why Salcedo is right here. A 48 overall. We actually have gotten a loan deal for him, but I think what we'll do for this game, I mean, we can go ahead and play Salcedo, but I don't think that'll be a good idea for us. So, I mean, we don't have a backup center back. We can go ahead and put Meyer, but Meyer won't really cut into the chase. I don't know what we could do. We could go ahead. I think I'm going to just go ahead and play it because we're playing Girona in the month of November. So let's get into the game against Girona. Let's see how we do against Girona. And here we go. We're getting into the game against Girona. And our squad, we are kind of struggling because first off, we have a player in the 48 overall playing at center back in this game against us because Jose Cifuentes is actually on a international trip, which is a real bummer for us. We have to go ahead and really struggle with in these times is Jose Cifuentes went on that international trip. So I'm hoping when we become manager of Ecuador, we're not going to be sending our players into any international. But we're going to go ahead. Let's get into the game. Let's see how we do against Girona. And we're trying to get the goal right here, and there you go. Ferrero gets the first goal into the matchup in 5 minutes right here. We're gonna go ahead and see this highlight right here. This was a good goal for Ferrero. This really helps us get the lead, and we are winning against Girona. No, Girona hasn't really been attacking. We've had more possession than Girona. As you guys can see, look at this right here. That assist, and there you go, the goal right there for Ferrero. He gets the goal, and there you go. We're up against Girona. As we pass it to Nahel Leiva. Leiva's not an Ecuador player, but he is kind of important for us because, he's one of the players we have to fill in. And there you go, a second goal as Calcedo. Let's go. Girona hasn't been attacking much in this game, but I really have been trying to get after opportunity after opportunity. We've been getting a lot of opportunities against Girona here in today's episode. Another goal right there, and that helps us get into the lead against Girona. And there you go, another goal was made for us. Let's go, and I'll take the lead as we are up 2-0 now. And there you go, another game ended. We did Did I struggle? I surprisingly I didn't struggle with the 48 overall player playing for Cifuentes in the center back. So that is one thing I'd like to acknowledge about this team. We didn't struggle at all, but at least we're getting 3 points, and that really helps us in the table. And there you go. We end up with the win, but we're getting into the next game, and we're facing I cannot pronounce this team's name. I apologize if I cannot pronounce your team's name or this team's name. Tenerife. We're gonna go ahead and quick sim this as well. We quick sim it, and we end up with the result of a 1-0 result. So we end up with a win, and Casiero gets another goal. That's good for us. And I think this almost wraps up the month of November, I believe. I would like to acknowledge the fact that we will be sending Marco Salcedo into a 2-year loan. I believe it was a 1-year loan, but I guess it's going to be a 2-year loan. He's going to be going to Christiansund if this loan actually helps us. We're also going to be sending Christian Sosa's also got a loan to Sagan Tosu. I do have some history with that team, but let's go ahead and check out these wonder kids. And the only one I'm liking right now is Cristobal Dominguez. So we're going to go ahead and sign Dominguez, and I think Santi Vidal, maybe we'll sign Santi Vidal, and I think these guys will not be participating at all because, you know, I'm trying to maybe get 80s, 85s up, and we're going to go ahead and see how this Youth Academy is looking like. This is how my Youth Academy is looking like so far. I mean, we did sign a couple players into the squad. I mean, I feel like Dominguez could possibly be something out of this. We don't know yet. We just got to hope. We just got to keep hoping. We got to keep simulating. Santi Vidal right here is another player we signed for the Youth Academy. Let's hope that one of these guys ends up becoming one of the greatest players out there. As we got our next game against I cannot pronounce that team as well. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce most Spain teams. So we're going to go ahead and quick sim this team as well. And can we get the win? We end up with a draw. Another draw is not going to help us. Let's go ahead and keep simulating. As we're in the month of December now, we're finally in the month of December. My team is slightly keeps on growing every time we play a game. We're going to go ahead and quick sim. I'm not going to move Edgar into the position, and we end up with another draw against CD Lugo. As our next game, we are facing AD Alcorcon. Let's see how we end up with it. We end up with a 1-0 result. We get the lead up. It helps us with the league. Let's go ahead and get to our next simulation game. And we get into December. This is going to be our game for the month. We're facing RCD Mallorca. This is going to be our game. So let's get into the game and see what happens in our game. This will be our final game for today's episode, guys. And we're going to go ahead and get into some action against RC Mallorca. This will be like I said, this is going to be our final game for today's episode. And yeah, I mean, we've played a lot into this, but letting you guys know anything with cup games or anything like that, I will be playing those for sure over the league games because we want to see how we do in the cup. Maybe we could win ourselves an international trophy, not an international trophy, but a trophy. But let's get into this RC Mallorca game and see how we do. Right now, we're trying to get some offense right here against Mallorca. We're in the 5th minute. Usually in the 5th minute, we keep scoring good, and we always do. I don't know why, but it happens a lot recently. Recently, in the 1st minute, we end up scoring, and we end up doing good. And this is how we're getting to start today's game against Mallorca. So yeah, I mean we're up the lead. So this goal is really important. The thing is we haven't been scored on since the Malaga episode, I believe. We got scored on, right? If I'm not mistaken. Or didn't? I don't remember what episode. What was it? Not episode, but I think it was the Almeria game. But yeah, let's get into let's go ahead and see what else happens during this game. And it looks like we're gonna go for another opportunity. We score another goal against Mallorca. We're up 2-0 now. Mallorca are down. And we are going to go ahead and we could get this win. We have been getting wins recently. We've been doing better. As the players improve, the players really have been playing better, as you guys could see. And we get a goal right here. This goal is going to really mean something for us as we are up now 2-0. Let's go ahead and see what else happens during this game. And as we were looking for the 3rd goal, and the 3rd goal was made. What a goal right there. And that gets us the lead now. I mean, the striker we signed, Conderia. What a signing he was. I mean, he might be a really to start player, but he is 28. Remember that. He is 28, so that might really hurt him. But he gets us the goal, and that's what we like into this squad. Yeah, that's a really good thing. I wasn't able to get the goal at the time they scored, but Mallorca were able to get the goal back. We just been scored on by Mallorca. This was a goal I wasn't paying attention, but look right here. Look at our defense being sloppy. A class of being sloppy. I don't know why my guy, whoever that is right there, was starting to go back. But they made it 1-3 now. That's how that goal has been made. What else? Let's continue. What else happens? As we're looking for the final goal, the final moments of this matchup. We're looking for a goal, and no goal has been made, and that's how this matchup is going to end with a 3-1 result right here, a 1-3 result. Real Oviedo, we did defeat Mallorca, get 3 points, but you know they could have came back, but they didn't came back. Luis Conderia, the man we really trust in to the squad, has scored. Well, that is that game, and that's going to be the end of our gameplay for this episode. And up next, we have CD Leganes. We are getting into the top league teams up next in this episode. We aren't doing bad. We're going to go ahead and quick sim it, and we end up with the 0-4. So we get crushed in this one, and that does give us a loss here. I don't think we'll win the season, but yeah. Go ahead and keep simulating. As we're looking into our Young Scout League report, we have Jesus Fergurua. That's a good one right there. And I think Danny Hurtado is the one. These are the ones we're going to go with, all right? Those are the players we're going to go with to be our future stars, you know? So we're going to go ahead and sign those 2 players, and we are going to end this episode like this. Young Academy, look, this is how our Young Academy is looking like. We have just added those 2. So these 2 might actually be really useful. I mean, we could sign Ferguero right now and then send him on a loan, which I am planning to possibly do. We could possibly do this right here, or we could go ahead and get rid of him. But I feel like we could go ahead and promote Danny Hurtado into right now and send him on a loan, because I feel like he could possibly be really useful right here. I mean, what do you guys think? You guys let me know in the comments what you guys want me to do with some of the young players. Who should I release? Should I release any players? Or should I go ahead and scout some more? We have 10 mil to work with in the next episode. So is there any Ecuadorian players you guys can think of that I possibly could go ahead and sign? Of course, I want to sign Gonzalo Plato in the future. Steven Plaza in the future. For sure in the future episode. Nobody in this club has done a lot of success, but we have. Our 2 players did leave on loan, and Dejara did leave, and a lot of loan players did leave as well at this club. So yeah, there's a lot of changes going on into the squad, and I mean, let's go ahead and check out how the half of the season is going for us. And yeah, I mean, right now Conderia with 13 goals. We have 5 goals for Casiero. And then, the only players we're going to really focus on are the Ecuadorians. Morenzo with 3 goals. And I believe 1 goal for Ferrero. And I believe that's it. I mean, those are the only goals importance of. Assist, 5 assists for Morenzo. Casiero for 4 assists. That's good. And I mean, 1 assist right there for Cifuentes, and we have 1 assist for Ferrero, and that's good. And then clean sheets, Casiero with 8 clean sheets, Ramirez with 7 clean sheets, and Ferrero with 7 clean sheets, and Morenzo with 7 as well. Cifuentes with 6 right here. We have Luis Condera with 6 over here, and yeah. So that's basically how I'm going to end up. So here, guys, thank you guys for watching this episode of the Ecuador Rebuild or Road to Glory Ecuador. Well, this is going to be like a rebuild to Real Oviedo as well as we're doing it. I mean, we're really rebuilding Ecuador. That's my plan for this series. If you guys have any players in mind you guys can think of that could sign is from Ecuador, we have 10 mil to work with, alright? So maybe like we could possibly sign a player for like 2 million and then possibly use him as a right back. There's a bunch of players out there. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, be a part of the nation, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye.